Yeah, let's go. So what do you
So I
guys?
I think we can all agree that part like one and two of the lab were the absolute easiest. Just copy from the Desmos.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Those are the easiest ones, and I
Yep.
think and I think the hardest one was the one where you had to like graph the different derivative equation all around. That was pretty difficult
Hmm.
without any points. It's hard to like decide what points to select. I guess it was like just like it's also kind of hard like drawing like straight with a computer. I know there's like a
Yeah.
str I know there's like a straight edge in like Adobe Acrobat, but I don't have that, so it's kind of difficult. I guess that
Yeah.
doesn't really have anything to do with the math. So I guess
I,
maybe
I think you made those lines work pretty good though.
thank you.
Yeah, I think they're fine in the end, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I would say the easiest was definitely the first two, just pretty much copying and pasting. I'd say the most difficult for us was probably the second to last one, part six, where uh we had to kind of just like think in our heads what the slope is and then actually plot it. But definitely
Hey,
you drawing the lines helped out a lot.
thanks. Yeah. Hmm. Listen, another part that kind of like threw me for a second was like the part about it being about the differential being negative whenever f of x is decreasing. I thought it was like for a minute I thought it meant something different. For a minute, I didn't like notice that at first. But after
hmm.
I
Oh,
noticed, it was like, oh yeah, literally what
yeah,
it
it's kind of
said.
cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. Hmm. Is there anything you guys are still having like trouble with, or do you think you had like everything in this locked?
I mean, I would like to watch some videos and do more examples of like part six, for instance. But
Yeah,
um,
but part
I
six is
think
pretty much just where
the ones before were, I think I got at least.
yeah, it's like a lot easier when like the points are like selected for you. And you have to like
Yeah,
select the when you have to like select the points on your own, it's a little more difficult.
yeah, and it would probably be even easier with like an actual piece of paper with it printed, you know?
Yeah. And also that
But
I think that graph that was used for like the second to last example was like kind of like weird in like comparison to the other graphs. I think the other graphs are like easier to like find points on,
yeah,
in my
yeah,
opinion.
probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of decimals when it
Yeah.
comes to when it crosses the x-axis and stuff like that.
That's one thing on Desmos that was kind of weird was like in the second example, like there were like a lot of decimal points when you were like
Oh yeah.
doing like went to 0.618. That would look a little weird for a second.
Yeah. I guess that might be a little more realistic though,
Yeah. So
when it comes to just getting random problems instead of practice
Yeah.
problems.
yeah. So I had to like zoom in a lot though to make sure it was like the right number. Like keep zooming in. So it was like a
Yeah.
little weird. Sometimes it like gives you points you can like click on and like see, but sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of weird.
Hmm.
Other than that, it was okay. Hmm.
I like the part seven with the corners, the discontinuity, and the vertical tangent, where it gave like it's really good, I think, visual things to look at and see. I think it just makes it understand or easier to understand when they're
Yeah.
Yeah.
clear
So,
like that.
Yeah,
hmm.
definitely. Being able to actually like see the corner, for instance, so you can see that there's not really a tangent line for that corner. So you can't really graph the slope of it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then the example for corner two just really helps.
Yeah. It's pretty simple concept to like get to. Just like no corners, no, it's not makes sense. It's not like anything out of like left field or anything. And like established earlier how like verticals are undefined. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hmm. 2 more minutes left.
What else? I pretty much see. I did the homework first because I didn't realize that the Cengage thing was meant to be after the lab. So I feel like I kind of got everything
You
from
do.
this lab that I was
Mhm.
supposed.
I didn't know you could do before. For me, it was like locked until I did the lab.
Oh yeah.
Same
Oh,
for
did-
me.
Oh,
Oh,
did
really?
you like go on Cengage and select it?
Yeah, I did actually.
No, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't realize that apparently the homework was like due yesterday, so I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
if it's
I think
before midnight yesterday, or as long as you do it before midnight today, or request the extension, you should still be able to do it.
yeah, I think she'd understand if I requested an extension because like the labs aren't due until Thursday, and like that's impossible to get unless you do the lab, at least so far as I know.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, we go. Does this count towards a discussion, or do you think that was like too off topic?
I'm not sure. I feel like we covered most everything anyway.
Yeah,
So
I feel like we went over everything that was like needed for it, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Mm.
sometimes it's kind of hard to get.
Yeah, I think sometimes like sometimes like 6 minutes is a little bit too long. Like it's easy to get like things succinctly in like under 5 minutes if it's like not really a complex lab like this was.
Yeah, I think number like lab 2 or something. It was really quick and was really hard to. Or maybe it
Yeah,
was lab 1, but same
and,
thing.
yeah, a little bit lab one too because we were like first getting to like it was like our first time doing this. It was like kind of weird a little bit.
mhm.
We like done it a few more times. It's easier. Mm. Okay, I think that's enough time. So I'm gonna stop the recording.